There was a great earthquake, and the sun became black, and the moon became as blood. Every mountain and island were moved out of their places, and there were voices and thunderings and lightnings. There followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Virtually everyone will agree that 2012 is the next year of solar climax.
The coming solar maximum in 2012 is not the only cause for concern. Scientists have noticed a weakening of the Earth's magnetic field and a shifting of the poles, some even suggesting that the North and South poles could literally reverse places with each other.
I think viewers have probably read about the changing in the magnetic poles of the Earth, the magnetic reversal. It overturns very slowly, may take a few hundreds of years to make a complete overturn. And it's probably the case that we're in an overturn now, a beginning of an overturn, because the position of the magnetic pole has migrated some few hundred miles in the last few decades. So it is beginning to overturn. Now the real question is, what is the effect of the overturn of the magnetic field on Earth phenomena? There could be a reduction in the shielding effect. This could have some consequence. I don't think it's known whether the consequence will be calamitous, disastrous, but probably some meteorological change will take place.
This planet has at its heart a ball of molten iron with enormous mass and weight, which is also spinning inside the Earth itself. Is it possible that there's some interruption in this spin, perhaps to do with magnetism, perhaps to do with solar magnetism, which literally capsizes the Earth? I wouldn't rule it out entirely, and there's much that's come down to us from the past that suggests that.
Lots has been said about a potential pole shift. It seems clear that the poles are beginning to move at rates that have not ever been measured before. Whether or not this is the beginning of an actual pole shift or more, how long this all will take, I don't think anybody can say.
We all know, of course, that there's Earth changes taking place, polar caps melting, and what most people don't realize is this is a solar system-wide phenomenon. The polar caps on Mars are melting. The outer planets are more luminescent, meaning they're heating up. So something is definitely happening.
This phenomenon is called pole shift, in which the entire mantle of the Earth would shift in a matter of days, perhaps hours, changing the position of the North and South Pole, causing worldwide disaster. Earthquakes would rock every continent. Massive tsunamis would inundate coastal cities. It would be the ultimate planetary catastrophe. As unlikely as this theory seems, it is backed by science. Albert Einstein first suggested it in 1955, and a new study from Princeton University reveals that the poles have shifted before. The North Pole rested in the middle of the Pacific, placing Alaska at the equator. Even if this pole shift took place slowly over years, it would result in global climate change and shifting sea levels. If it took place rapidly, it would mean planet-wide disaster and mass extinction of species.